The bracelet slid out of her jeans like a confession that hadn't learned how to whisper. Plastic, white, barcoded, not mine. I froze with my hand still inside her pocket, the laundry basket open at my feet. The dryer hummed behind me, steady and indifferent, like a heart that didn't care who it belonged to. I turned the bracelet over. Her name, a date, a hospital wing I didn't recognize. She had told me she'd been visiting her sister that night, said the traffic was bad, said her phone died. I remembered nodding. I remembered believing her. The bracelet felt warm, as if it had been hiding against her skin for hours, absorbing lies through osmosis. I stood there longer than necessary, long enough for my reflection in the dark laundry room window to look unfamiliar. Calm. Too calm. This wasn't panic. This was alignment. Somewhere deep inside me, pieces I didn't know were loose clicked together. I folded the jeans, carefully, put the bracelet back where I found it. Then I sat on the edge of the bed and waited for the anger to arrive. It didn't. What arrived instead was focus, cold, sharp, precise. Whatever that bracelet meant, it wasn't an accident, and accidents don't hide in pockets. I didn't confront her. That's what she would expect. Instead, I replayed memories like surveillance footage. Her sudden gym sessions, the new perfume she never wore for me, the way she angled her phone away, like modesty had become a reflex. And then there was him, my rival, a man whose smile always stayed half a second too long, a man who competed with me professionally, publicly, obsessively. He never hid his contempt, only dressed it up as respect. I remembered a dinner 6 months ago, him congratulating her on a recovery, me laughing, assuming he meant a work setback. Recovery. The word tasted different now. At night, lying beside her, I listened to her breathing and realized something terrifying. She slept easily. People don't sleep easily when they're honest. I felt denial try to rise. It didn't last. Denial requires imagination, and imagination requires hope. I had none left to give. Still, I needed proof, not for rage, for closure. I became invisible. I learned her patterns, her roots, the timing of her lies. Phone records first, short calls, always under a minute, always after midnight. Then emails. Deleted ones leave echoes if you know where to look. I pulled hospital visitor logs through a contact who owed me a favor. Her name appeared twice, not as a patient, as an emergency contact, not for herself, for him, my rival. The bracelet wasn't hers because the hospital visit wasn't about her. It was about him bleeding into her life in ways I never saw. I watched them once, from my car, across the street. They didn't touch. They didn't need to. Their distance was intimate. I went home that night and kissed her forehead. She smiled in her sleep. I planned. The confirmation arrived quietly, a discharge summary, a signature, her handwriting. I asked her one question over dinner. Do you know what wing the bracelet came from? She paused. Too long. I placed it on the table. Her face collapsed inward, like a structure that had lost its load-bearing lie. She cried, apologized, spoke his name like it was a wound. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't need to. Silence did the damage. I met my rival 2 days later. Business meeting, glass walls, neutral ground. I slid a folder across the table, hospital records, affidavits, a timeline he didn't know I had. His face drained. I leaned back. I know, I said, nothing more. Then I stood. I didn't threaten him. I didn't need to. I had already won by seeing him afraid. She asked if I hated her. I told her the truth. No. Hate requires attachment. I packed lightly, left the house before dawn. The bracelet stayed behind. I didn't need souvenirs. Some truths don't break you, they sharpen you. and I walked away knowing this: they lost everything trying to steal what I had already outgrown.